Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Java with the Gyms. Welcome, Jim. Thanks for coming on the show. Good to see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't just any other show. This is
No,
the inaugural show. This is this,
that's right.
this is
And
quite special.
Jim, how do you like your coffee?
I don't like coffee, so I have some green tea. So that's what I
Okay,
got today, and
in front of the green screen. Well,
in
I
front of the
like
green
my
screen.
coffee the way I like my women, cold and bitter. Okay,
Oh, you're getting canceled for that one.
I totally. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 to 5 minutes every morning for you guys, and we're gonna talk about stuff that you need to know. Jim, what do you do for a living?
I am a probate and estate planning attorney, serving clients throughout the Northern California area and hoping to make their life a little bit easier when tragedy strikes.
Exactly, and I am a licensed realtor of Remax Gold, and I want to do exactly what he said. Okay, let's talk about something because this is something I learned recently that is very vital. So if you guys are refinancing your house, Jim, tell me if I'm crazy. 9 out of 10 times, the lender is going to say take the house out of the trust. If it's in a trust, take it out, do the refi, and then put the house back in the trust. Am I right?
I would say it's probably higher than 9 times out of 10. I'd almost venture a guess and say it's 10 times out of 10.
Okay, so 100%. So we have a client, his wife had the house in the trust. She married the dude, put his name as a beneficiary on the trust. She refinanced the house, took the house out of the trust, and guess what she did? She died. So without putting the house back in the trust. We went and tried to sell the house and found out there was a break in the chain of title and it was a big mess. So, Jim, what did you have to do to fix it?
So, this advice you're going to receive primarily from your real estate agent or your loan officer. They're going to tell you to take the house out of the trust so that we can close the transaction without any problems. And it sounds like it's going to be easy, no problem. You could throw right back into the trust, and that's often not done. And so, what happened here is we ended up having to go to court and ask for the court to provide an order stating that the house is part of the trust assets. We're not able to do that all the time. So it's important that you not take this advice. This was a very particular set of circumstances that allowed us to show intent. And that's the key with this type of a petition, is that you have to show the intent for the house to be part of the trust, and that the trust, for whatever reason, wasn't titled in or the I'm sorry, the property wasn't titled in the name of the trust. And if you can't show that intent, then you're going to have a hard time, because that means you're going to end up going through the full probate process. And this is very easy. If you put your house in a trust, the intent is clear. You've established that you want the house to be in the trust. And if you take the house out of the trust, it's also very clear that you want it outside of the trust. And so it's very hard, unless there's other special circumstances. It's very difficult. Excuse me. It's very difficult for your attorney to prove that you wanted your house to be in the trust because you physically took it out of the trust. And so, if you have anyone that gives you advice to take your house out of a trust, don't do it. Run to your estate planning attorney. If you don't have one, run over to my firm. I will help you. Luckily, before I became an attorney, I was in the mortgage and real estate industry, and I could help navigate you through a mortgage process with your trust, never taking your house out of the trust, so that you're forever protected with the trust document.
Awesome. Okay, and how long did that whole process take with this one particular client that we're talking about?
Well, it's a if you have the facts that are going to support what you're asking the court to do, it's a relatively easy process. The problem is that it takes some time, especially post COVID, where the courts are very much backed up still. They have yet to recover. A lot of courts are ranging anywhere from 2 to 6 months for you to get an initial court date, and you can't do anything until you get in front of a judge. And so, with that, luckily, there's some counties that are have more control of their court docket than others. And so you may get lucky. But if you find yourself in a situation when you need to file a petition, you're at the mercy of the volume that's going through the court system. And sometimes that means, somewhere in the, like I said, 2 to 4, 2 to 6 month time period.
And if it's at a time when property values are going down, that's not a good thing. You could be hemorrhaging equity as we speak. So, anyway, if you need Jim, what does a consultation with you cost?
Initial consultations are always free, so never have to worry about paying us to figure out if we can help you first.
Awesome. And when you're ready to sell your house or buy something, I would love to talk to you guys too. So that's another episode, or that's the first ever episode number 1 of Java with the Gyms. Thank you guys for watching. And Jim, do you have any final words?
Always use professionals when you're doing something that's as important as your house.
And when you think you're trying to save money, sometimes you're not. All right. See you guys next time and talk to you tomorrow.
Java with the Gyms.
Adios.